Doing Time with Deputy Mike.
Welcome back to Doing Time with Deputy Mike. I am your host, Deputy Mike. And well, this is our first episode since actually, I think, November. So let's move on to roll call and meet our guest today. Grab your feet and take a seat. It's roll call time. Start with you, Sarah.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I'm in the Equestrian Studies program at TCTC.
Mike.
Hi. My name is Michael Reddick. I'm in Education and Family Services here at TCTC.
My name is Michael. I am here at the Education and Family Services program.
Nice. Welcome, everybody. So let's move on to the booking.
The booking.
So, how's everybody doing today?
Doing swell. What about you?
Well, it must be Mike Day, actually. I didn't even think about this. 3 Mikes. Except, sorry.
I'm the variety.
Yeah, the variety.
The stars
So-
aligned.
How's everybody been? Good? Well,
I'd say, well, yeah.
good.
Best as I can. Best as I can.
Yeah.
Tired.
Well, you're in equine.
Yeah,
So, there's some stuff going on in equine.
quite a few.
Let's talk, you got the new barn coming.
Right.
So, tell us about your new barn.
So we'd been planning this since last year. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see it as a senior. The goal is to come back and actually look at it.
That's come back and look at
It is
That's the
because
goal.
I won't be able to experience it. I got the joy of having the porta potty outside in the cold and the floor that has potholes in it. Like, I had all that fun memories. But as far as I know, it'll be really, really nice. Not only is it just gonna look nice, but it's gonna have a lot of the qualities and, like, I guess, equipment that we were lacking.
So as she said, the porta potties. Well, look at this. What you guys are the diehards, and
Yeah.
after this, it's all going soft.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like the barn that's there now, does not have inside plumbing. And unfortunately for these ladies and gentlemen that are out there, they've always had to use the porta john, which is quite cold at winter time.
Well,
Yeah.
it's horrible winter or summer because it's
yeah.
either hot or cold. You don't really get it good in
Yeah.
between there.
The nice thing about it doesn't stink in the wintertime. You just
No,
freeze.
yeah, you just kind of
You just
die
kinda-
inside a little bit.
Yeah, I
with the
think you're
cold.
more worried
Get
about that.
frostbite,
You just
a little bit of
kinda-
hypothermia.
Yeah.
I guess you just kind of get used to it.
More worried about
You
the
do, yeah.
More worried about the temperature than anything else.
Yeah.
Probably just-
So, well, and you guys have something coming up too.
Yeah, so we just took, yesterday, we just took our tests for our state judging, which we did last year, where they take the top scores of the class, and we go down Columbus, and we, quite simply, just judge. And then we go from there, and after we get our results back, if we're in the top 10, we go back down for finals. Last year, I know we made it 6th in state. So we're going to be going and doing that. And then on this Sunday, we're actually going, the equestrian team is doing a horse show. So instead of hosting one this year, we're going to go participate in one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, last year you made 6.
6th in state, yeah.
So when you go back to state, or you did
No, we did last year. It's like a whole different year, different.
thing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's, Mike.
Yes.
Let's hear about you.
Just in general.
Yeah. Well, how you like your class? Let's talk about your class.
Well, I love my class actually. I can say last year, when I first came here, I was, a little skeptical. I mean, here and there, but I guess after a while, just being my senior year, we've all kind of, warmed up to each other, and we're kind of like one big happy family.
You guys have a very nice melding together. in
Yeah,
the
it's-
I mean, you do. You have a close class.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
Which
like,
they haven't had I will say it. They haven't had. I mean, they've been close, but you always have your riffs. And
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
are like super close.
I wouldn't say we have any like drama.
Yeah,
going on.
No,
we don't
no,
have,
you don't.
We don't have any major problems. at
which
all.
has not been
Which
the case in the
I
past.
personally,
Yes.
personally, I care about. But
But so, I'll ask. But with your all right, with your class, what is it the most you like? Well, explain to us what you guys are doing.
Well, like right now.
Yeah.
Well, right now, there are some people right now that are getting ready to do like their parapro exam,
Yes.
which is like the test that they take, which is the test that we take in order to like, I guess, well, become
Be
a
able
parapro.
to-
Yeah, to become a parapro, which is like,
Pro aid.
yeah,
working,
it was like a teacher's aide basically. So, so technically speaking, if I really wanted to, after like this year's over and I passed my parapro, and you have to pay like a $25 fee after that, I could be a parapro at any real school that would allow me to, which would be pretty awesome. to
That's
think
what you
about.
want, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, are you gonna go on to like actually become a teacher?
Well, initially, funny enough, I actually wanted to go into law enforcement.
That's what I thought.
Yep. Hey,
There is a story about this. There's a backstory to all this.
there is. I wanted to go into law enforcement, and well, I mean, to me, that's still something I want to pursue. But this has kind of opened up, I guess, another door, kind of widened my horizon, just as like a plan B. I mean, God forbid my law enforcement thing doesn't take off.
Well, here's a thought. Being that now you're working with the younger kids, and you get into law enforcement, I would think that would set you up to make a very good resource officer.
Yeah, so that's what I was also thinking. It's like, all this, like everything that you're sitting here like gaining and stuff like that. And it's like, I would believe you would be an amazing SRO. And I was like, yeah, I believe it.
And here's the thing: if you really look at resource officers, well, first off, they started coming out towards the 90s, but nobody really knew what a resource officer was. A resource officers. I actually was a resource officer out in Matthews at Neal.
Oh, okay.
Didn't have a clue. Didn't really do nothing. You know what? I would have them bring out a couple dogs once in a while and show off the dogs.
Yeah,
and
this is what
sniff
this
some
dog can do.
lockers.
Yeah, and get everybody else scared.
I dressed up in the Red Man and it attacked me. It's good times.
Good time.
But that was it. Not like now.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't in the schools. You just showed up, talk once in a while.
Yeah.
And now, now we actually have class where we go and learn. We go to, you take resource officering classes.
Yeah, like specialized training, things like that.
So it's changed quite a bit. But if you look at it, a lot of them, and I don't want to call myself old.
No, never.
But
never.
you'll find that most of them really are the older guys that are coming. It's like, I'm right. I've done the road. I did this. I've done that.
Yeah, they're kind of just like, I kind of want to settle down for the most part.
But truthfully, if they had this, I think this is where I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Out of like my career, I've done a lot, and this is like actually the most fun I guess I could say that I've had
Well, that's
doing
good.
my job.
That's good.
Working with you guys, which is actually it is. But Mike came to me last year, and was telling me about his law enforcement and stuff. But that's the backstory.
For the most part, you know.
Yeah. So Michael, or do you like Mike?
Doesn't matter.
Pick which one
We
you
could
like.
pick a different
See,
one.
I
so we
like
can tell
Mike.
between-
I've gotten called Mike, Mikey, Michael.
Which one you like to go by?
Personally, Mike.
Mike. Okay. Let's hear about you, Mike.
So when I joined my junior year, I wasn't even gonna go into this program. Originally, I was gonna go into cosmetology, but I didn't have the math credits to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of said to myself, well, I've always wanted to be a parent, so why not? This program makes better parents, and you learn how to really work with kids, and you learn how to deal with their behaviors. So I'm like, that's what I need.
So let me ask you this: Are you feeling like you actually kind of fell into place where you think you feel like you belong, like doing this class compared to cosmetology? Are you enjoying it? I should say.
I mean, I like working with the preschoolers. I enjoy it. But personally, education is not something that I want to pursue. I am going to go to college for cosmetology, and I
Okay.
do want to pursue that. this is just a temporary thing for
Been
me.
a nice, like a nice little side
Right.
job.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Detour,
Exactly.
Experience.
detour.
Yeah, it's a nice little. Right. That's cool. So that's what you. All right. So let me ask you this, because I've learned all this with thanks to you guys. So what are your hair, nails?
So I am gonna be doing hair, and basically all of it: hair, skin, nails, you name it. I'll do it when it comes to like that. And I also there's another part of me that just really wants to do it for also like self-esteem.
Mhm.
Making people feel good is my biggest thing.
There's nothing wrong with that. And that does make people feel good. You come in, you get your hair done, your nails done, whatever. I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
I like those. What's the wax things called on
like
the
like
hands?
those like paraffin something.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
like paraffin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
wax?
things on the
yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I would come down for the nail-a-thons, and that's when I was introduced to that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, my hands feel happy
Yeah,
after.
see, that's what most people. That's like what most people like. I guess fair to really realize that like, if it, for some people like it makes them feel good, and people go,
Yeah.
well, you can't do this and you can't do that. Like, why not?
Why
You know
not?
what I mean? There's no shame in wanting to treat yourself. Sometimes, you know what I mean? It's amazing. Like what is it? My mother went out. She went out to I forget where she went to go get her nails done somewhere. And I ended up getting like a manicure for my nails. I got my nails done for like the first time in forever, and I can tell you.
It was pretty nice.
Yeah,
I must say.
Yeah, I was like,
They're like, "Oh, can we paint your nails? No.
Yeah, it was like, no, it was like, you can get them
I'm
looking
not going
nice.
that
Yeah,
far.
yeah, yeah. It's like you can get them looking nice and things like that. But they did a pretty good job.
But
though.
you know what? I mean, like your nails are soft.
Yeah.
Your hands. I mean, my hands are always rough and cracked and stuff.
I'm a nail biter, so like for me,
Yes, so am I.
well, I also suffer from dilatonomania. It's a skin picking disorder. So like either I'll wear like
Like a clear coat or something.
say that again.
Like a clear coat.
No, like sometimes I'll wear like actual nail polish or
Oh,
like
okay.
actual like acrylic nails because like it distracts my or like tricks my mind to be like, oh hey, you have something on like
So don't do it.
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know. I always just shoot my nails.
I don't know. It was like a habit that I once did.
Yeah.
I did once.
I think
have.
everybody does.
Yeah, it's something that just like plagues us all. It's just the nail biting. I don't even know why.
So all right. So you want to go on to college? You want to get into hair?
Yes.
No. Well, see, I've learned like a lot of them only want to do the hair, or there's some that want to specialize just in the nails, and then there's some that actually want to go do it all, but they want to start their own business. Like
That's the goal is to eventually take a couple business classes and open up like my own like
salon. Would it be a salon?
a salon or my own like cosmetics company, like making actual like cosmetics and like doing that because like my side job could always be like preschool teaching stuff like that, but then I do want to like actually have like a actual like company.
So really, you're still keeping the preschool stuff in there.
Yes.
So that's cool. Yeah, I
kinda
mean,
like
so
a-
you're not abandoning it.
No.
Yeah.
But and especially if I become a parent, I'm gonna be doing like a lot of like what we do in the preschool.
Yeah.
You know, like
Believe me, you'll be doing a lot more. Oh, kids.
right.
So, what is it that, like, once you graduate, you would like to do?
I'm not fully set on an exact plan, but the goal is to. I would like to pursue into training for horses, which there are a few people that my teacher has connections with that she could help me kind of get into that industry of that. But on the side, relating to the stuff that we do with the judging team, I'm really good at it, and it's not bad money. So, I'm thinking about doing that on the side as I'm working through the whole getting into being a horse trainer type thing. But it's not set. Everything could change.
Well, what a lot of people don't realize is there's tons of money in equine to begin with.
Yeah, it's
Horses,
expensive.
first off, aren't cheap.
No,
Keeping horses is not
it's
cheap.
not cheap.
No,
Yeah.
they're, everyone, oh, they want a horse. Wait till you start shoveling that stuff.
It's cleaning out the stalls isn't even the hard stuff.
No, but
It's-
there's so much more, and there's
Right.
so much, like, believe it or not, well, I actually was in a mounted, So I had 2 horses, and then what is it? I can't even think anyway. Anyways, my baby. What is it? What is it when?
The horse is a baby.
No, the when the bone goes through the hoof.
What
It's
laminitis?
a disease. It's like usually a hereditary disease for
Like
walk.
laminitis.
Is that it? I can't remember. Anyways, she came down with that,
Yeah.
and she was only 4 or 5. She was only 5.
Oh wow, so she was still pretty young.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she
that's
was.
really young.
And there's nothing you could do for it.
Mhm.
Right.
That sucks.
You pretty much gotta put them down. So that was
Oh.
kind of that for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, because the mom was my police horse,
Mhm.
and she was just old,
Right.
and then she ended up, and then all I had was the baby, and after we lost her, I was like, okay, that was kind of crushing.
Yeah.
And people don't realize like how smart horses are. Oh,
Yeah.
mine was. It was funny. Like, well, she wasn't broke
Mhm.
because I just never had time to break her, and I was too big.
Yeah.
She didn't turn out to be a big horse.
Yeah.
And even though her mom and dad were,
Yeah.
she just like hung out in the pasture, and just liked to be loved.
Aw.
Oh yeah, you call her, she come. She liked to be petted, hugged. But she didn't like to be rode. We tried breaking her, and it's like,
He's like, no, thank you.
yeah. But she was a great watch horse too.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it was funny. Like so, pulling the driveway, she let you know somebody was at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd like
Yeah.
run up to the fence and
But people don't realize back to training.
Mhm.
There's a lot of money.
There's
in
a lot
training.
of, yeah, and and it's not just like some little anyone could do it type thing. Like
No.
it's the physical labor behind it is a lot, but also the mental. Like I came into this junior year and I was like, oh, like yeah, I know about horses, whatever. I had prior experience, but it was nothing compared to like working with them every day. Everything that you do is a test, and but the tricky thing, like I know, for example, when I was riding one of the times earlier in the year on one of the more complex horses, you have to be able to predict and think about everything that they're doing without thinking about it, because they'll pick up that you're thinking about
Oh,
it,
they will.
and then they'll react based off of that. So it's weird. It's super cool. It blows my mind. This is why I love it, because it's just the stuff you didn't know is just, it's crazy.
Like I told you guys, mine was a police horse,
mm-hmm.
and just like police dogs, it was funny. She was very gentle, and in fact, my horse and one of the other guys, we would yearly take them over to one of the preschools would have like a yearly picnic kind of thing, like graduation, and we would bring our horses. And our horses, horses.
Mhm.
I mean, you got your alpha horses. Your
Yeah.
alpha horses are like you're strong, chilled.
There's always a pecking order.
Yeah. But she was always very self-aware to like where she was stepping.
Okay.
So like the little ones,
Mhm.
she would watch for the little ones. But we could put the kids on their backs. The kids could be running around. They
She-
hung out. They
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was
just
very
And there's
chill.
a big
Just
difference
chill.
because some horses get spooked.
Oh.
But with these, I mean, we literally had to go take horses where a lot of horses don't fit. You come around, they'd rack a shotgun round off behind you
Mhm.
to make sure it wouldn't spook. I mean, you had to do all this stuff for qualifications. You had to walk on these mattresses because, believe it or not, that sounds simple, but
Well, yeah,
walking on different grounds for horses.
Like walking on like blue tarp is terrifying.
Oh
It
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
loud.
is-
Sounds, whatever,
I was about to say it's
Yeah.
probably more of a
Petrifying.
sound
so,
and
so these horses have to go like where other horses won't go.
So it's like a specialized horse, because
Oh, yeah.
because it has to go through all this type of training. Since, like you said, I guess you used it for like policing and things like that.
And it was funny because when you put on her work stuff, and she even had the little badge on her, thing.
Aw.
But her gear switched.
Mhm.
It was like she went into work mode, and when she was in work mode, it was a whole different horse.
Oh, I
And
bet.
it was funny because we would go. I don't know if you guys ever heard Jamboree in the hills down south in Belmont. We'd go work that, and they would have, and this is no exaggeration, 100,000 some people showing up for this thing. But the one night I was patrolling, I was sent out to. everyone's drinking. People are
Yeah.
falling down, drunk all over the place. There's like a stretch. There's like little hotels around this place, and some of these people you can't just let them walk across the road; they'll get ran over.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. So you have to make sure they're leaving at the specified gates where we're controlling everything.
Yeah.
So I'm patrolling this fence line, and here comes a guy. He was like a miniature Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is a lot. And he's pulling his cooler behind him, and I was like, "Sir, you know, I come up. It's like, sir, you gotta go down to the gate. I'm not waiting in the gate. You're gonna go to the gate. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. One way or another, you're gonna go down to the gate. I don't care." So it was funny. He's like, I'm going now, and he took a step forward. Well, she lowered her head, and she battle rammed him right in the chest. Bam. She took 2 steps forward. I didn't even do it. She did.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I don't think I like this
And
guy's tone.
It's funny because, well, she picked up on his aggressiveness.
Oh yeah.
So now she was going to show him her aggressiveness. And
Animals
she,
are smart
you
like
know,
that.
when their ears go
Yeah.
back, they're ready for, yeah. So
Game
her
time.
ears came down, she lowered her head. And it was funny because she put her nose like right in his face, and it was dark, and he's like squinting, and it's like she like on him, and that's a horse. I was like, yes, it is a horse. He goes, I think she's gonna run me over. I said, I think she is gonna run you over. He goes, hey, I'm gonna go up to the entrance.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
gonna go to the gate now.
It's a smart
You go do
choice.
that.
go to the gate. Have a
Smart
good
choice.
night.
Wise
So
man.
he went to the gate.
He's like, long story
But
short.
I mean,
horse.
Yeah.
horses are
They're intelligent, incredibly intelligent.
extremely intelligent.
Scary.
And you know the crazy thing, I always got stuck. They have fireworks,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow, me and my horse always got stuck. And again, well, why don't you explain alphas? The alpha horse.
The alpha horse. Well, what part of it? Because it's all just a big pecking order thing. It's, you know,
Like a hierarchy type thing?
kind of, yeah. So
The stronger horse.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so obviously, the weaker ones aren't going to place very highly on that pecking order.
Right.
They're going to be very dominant.
They
Right.
usually will follow in with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And so normally the more, as you said, dominant, also would incorporate their obviously physical capabilities. They take charge on things. So, like for example, they would lead a charge in a field, which is just them running, but they can also go at the other ones. So it all just depends on basically dominance,
That makes sense.
intelligence, physical capabilities, all
Okay.
that stuff.
So they would always take the weaker horse and stick it with me. It's like, here, go patrol the fireworks, which was literally fireworks are blowing off on top of you.
Yeah.
You're getting hit
Yeah.
with the paper from these
Yeah.
shells.
Oh no.
And there's me, and her name is Jade.
All right.
So I'd be sitting back like this, watching the fireworks, and the reins are like on my saddle. I'm not even reining her. She's grazing, and that's another thing. They won't graze if they're up and worried or whatever. She's just totally relaxed. Meanwhile, the deputy I was with, he had a Belgium.
Oh,
Now I got a walker. She was big. She was 7.5 hands.
that's, yeah.
She's big, but a Belgium is a tank.
We have actually
I love
part Belgian in
Yes.
the barn. They're huge.
First off, his chest. This horse's chest is like
Yeah.
this big.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
wow.
it's like a tank with legs.
With four
Yeah.
Yeah.
legs.
But it was funny. His horse is spinning, going nuts because of the booms. And finally, you know, like he's trying to work him in closer to mine. And once his horse finally like, oh wait, she's chilling over here, like
What's going on?
eating the grass. So you know, you work him in closer and closer, and finally he's like, wait, she's not acting like a fool like I am.
He's like, something's not
And-
adding
yeah,
up.
and eventually, you know, he follows in suit, and
Yeah. Which they'll do that. They
Yeah.
do like obviously a herd. You know, they take comfort in numbers. So I'm sure the reassurance of her not acting like a fool was
like,
more
hey,
comforting. He was
he's
like,
like-
"Oh, what am I doing?"
He's like, you know
Right.
what? It's not that big of a deal, I bet.
right. Well, it's time to move on. So, you guys really don't know much about my thing, do you? About the program. Well,
That's embarrassing.
that's embarrassing time. So basically, what this is where you tell like a funny story about yourself. It's all fun.
Oh boy.
Who's going first?
Who wants to go first?
I gotta think of one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I
not-
gotta think of one.
I gotta dig deep.
I had a good one, but you guys gotta go back and you'd have to find it. And I've told it like 2 or 3 times.
Think
So,
about this for a minute.
I mean, okay, I have one that's fresh on my mind.
All right.
Just happened recently, towards the end of last week at work. I don't even know what it was that made me laugh this hard, but we're getting ready to leave. Store's closed. We're walking out. My manager kind of calls everyone over, and she's like, "Why?" She's just pointing out a flaw, basically. She's like, "Why is this like this?" And someone had just picked up all the carpets and just threw them on a trash can in the middle of the cart area. Which, whatever. So, you're supposed to roll them up neatly and put them in a thing that's tucked in the back.
what do you do?
I work at GFS in Niles. It's Gordon Food Service. And so I'm a stalker. I just go in the aisles and just stock things. That's all I do.
Okay.
But so we're ready to leave, and she points that out. And I'm walking to the door drinking my cranberry juice, which is delectable, by the way. It's amazing.
Oh, I agree. I love
It's
cranberry
fantastic. And I think it just caught me off guard so much. And the guy that was on register that did it has worked there for almost a year. He knows what he's doing.
juice. So he knows better.
So he definitely knows better. And it caught me so off guard that I went to laugh. Mind you, I'm drinking the cranberry juice.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
And it shot out of my nose. I dropped the bottle. There was everything everywhere. And when I looked up, my manager was just staring at me. And I just started laughing. But it burnt so bad. But now everyone in my workplace has a video. Because it was right where the camera was pointing at. My luck.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I tasted cranberry for the weekend.
A little too much cranberry.
Okay, I think I'll go.
All right, Mike.
So I work at McDonald's. The one I work at the one in Hubbard. And so in McDonald's there are like different places, where you work. There's like different stations. Like there's a table, that's where like the food is assembled. There's back line, that's where the buns are toasted. You go and grill, that pretty self-explanatory. And there's 2 booths. So when you normally go to McDonald's, how many windows are there? Like when you go to get your food, like
drive-through?
Yeah, drive-through.
There's normally
Well,
two.
they got the 2.
Yeah, they got the 2. Okay, so
Usually they only use the 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's about right. And may I add, our ice cream machines do work.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
I
something
knew
that
it.
That's
is
you.
unusual.
Our ice cream machines do work. But I was working the second window, which is like, the last window. Because usually the first window, you pay there, and then you go get your food at the second window. Well, I was up second window, and that's when I was handing out the food, verifying, hey, is this your food? So I was getting somebody's drinks together, right? And this person had 4 drinks. And I guess I was rushing, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And because, I don't know about you, but putting on the lids for, like, the cups, they're really, really hard to put on and take off. And I guess I wasn't aware of how much pressure I was putting on it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, hey. And I'm like, did you get the 4 Cokes? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I got 1, 2, 3. And I went to go put the lid on the 4th one. I went down too hard and it went it just exploded
Oh no.
everywhere. And I'm like, you have 3 Cokes. And he's like, it's all right, man.
Cokes and I'm wearing the 4.
Yeah, it was everywhere. I had to sit there and clean it up. I was like, what's going on over here? I'm like, I'm sorry. But yeah, that was probably the most recent thing that's happened to me at work.
It could have been worse. You could have spilled it all over them.
I was just gonna say you could have put it through the window and dropped it.
Yeah.
Someone's actually done that before.
Oh.
Good thing I was on grill. Because I was just, it's always, and I think we can all agree on this, when things happen, funny, it's always funny when it happens to somebody else. Yeah, when it happens to you, you're like, it's not funny, you guys. But that was treacherous. I don't want to carry on, but the one time when our working ice cream machines, may I add, had ice cream, I actually accidentally dropped an ice cream cone on a customer. I wasn't paying attention.
What, in the drive-through?
No. Well, okay.
From the counter.
Yeah, from the counter. I went, just actually 2 occasions. I dropped one, and it, like, fell out of my hand because it was, like, top-heavy, and it, like, went into the side of someone's car.
Oh no.
The first time. And the second time, I wasn't also paying attention.
Same person?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I was like, wait.
Wait a minute.
No. But the second time was when I was at front counter. I was like, "Here's your ice cream," and I guess like the napkin that it was on, it like slipped out and it just went dive bombing straight for the floor. And he's like, "Ah," and I'm like,
Oh.
"He's like, I'll go make you another one." He's like, "This one's on the house."
This one's on the house. I'm wearing this one. Oh my goodness. What you got, Michael?
So I work at Cracker Barrel.
I love Cracker Barrel.
The one that I work at is right by Quaker in Middle Ridge, near Austintown. And so I work. So on the weekends I work in the store part. However, on the weekdays I do serving. So
You know what? I've seen you in there. I think I've said hi to you.
Maybe.
I think I
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Maybe.
Yes. It's been months. Yes.
I think you might. I
It's
don't.
like, hey, this is one of my kids. I
He's
always
like-
call you guys my kids.
He's like, "That's my kid."
Yeah, I do. Wherever I go, it's like I run into you guys everywhere. And I'm like, oh, that's one of my kids. I take credit for you guys.
I'm
Hey,
just that
someone
awesome.
should. But so this one particular night, I think I was working Christmas Eve, and I hate working holidays. Although the pay is good, but I don't like working holidays because of the rude customers and the entitlement, just all that.
It up brings it all
Right.
out.
So I had just finished taking this lady's order. I said, okay, I will come back with your food in just a few minutes. It should be no more than a 20 to 35-minute wait. She went, okay, cool. So I'm coming out with the tray, and I have two trays. So the way that I'm holding them is I'm
Oh,
holding
boy.
one like this, the other one I'm holding like this.
So your one's angled.
Yes, the one's like this.
Uh.
The other one is like in this hand. So my manager, I was not aware that she just mopped the floor where my table was. Where my table
It was.
So this particular day I was wearing they're supposed to be non-slip work boots.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't
The
non-slip.
one day that you didn't wear them.
Exactly. So I went to take a step and I was carrying
She's
hot
gone.
I was carrying coffee, hot soup.
Oh my goodness.
I was carrying forks, knives, you name it. Just
It's like
went
bombs going off.
Exactly.
What's
My,
going on?
when I fell, I hit the floor hard, and I'm like, I just laid there. I'm like, if I lay here,
The knives are going like this
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
me.
Exactly.
If I lay there, maybe it'll all go away.
Exactly.
If I stay still, maybe they won't see me.
And that's exactly what my thought was in that moment. That's exactly what my thought
He's
was.
like, did anybody
Well,
see that?
Thank
Anybody see
goodness
that?
that none of that hot stuff landed on you.
Oh.
I was by the end of it, I was covered in like eggs, bacon. I was covered in like coffee.
Ooh.
Thank God it was like lukewarm.
Yes.
But like, I had to eventually. I'm like, I'm going home. My shift's not even up. I'm going home.
Yeah, I clocked
Bye.
out for that.
Like,
All right, you know
bye.
what? I think officially we need an applause here because I think Mike.
He's
He's
that
got
was,
the best
yeah, that was
story.
very good. I'll give you that.
Oh my
the
goodness.
attacking,
That's-
eggs, bacon, and
that's good.
sausage.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Thanks.
No, I do have
So,
to say
well,
was
all right. So, what was the final outcome? I mean, how did you
Yeah.
recover from that?
Paid attention to my surroundings next time and actually wore my non-slip shoes.
Like, what did we learn today?
For today. All right. It's time to move on to shout outs.
It's shout out time.
So, you're not limited to just say, like, hi, whoever. I mean, you can shout out to as many people you want to say hello to.
Oh, right.
just saying hello.
Yeah, like hey, peace out.
Hi, you guys.
Yeah, you know, like, whoever, your friends, your teachers, parents, whatever.
Who's going first? It's not me.
I guess I'll go.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
shout out.
Yeah,
Just for the comedic effect of my brother, who is also a cop. So for Sam, shout out Sam.
Wait, where's your...
He's a cop. So I live in Struthers. Even though it's a
Okay.
different county.
It sure is.
Yeah. But he's actually a resource officer at the school right now till he gets a full-time job. So
How's you liking that resource? I love it.
he doesn't mind it. He doesn't think it's bad. I think he's just seeking something that pays a little bit more.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, money talks.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Just your brother?
Just my brother. I don't have anyone
Nobody else is on her list whatsoever.
Not when it comes to mine. What about you, Mike?
I'd like to give a shout out to Mariah Carter, skills president. So what's up, Mariah? We're in Greece together at Ridge,
Nice.
so she plays one of my favorite characters, Patty Simcox, who is an orange cheerleader. So, you know, that
Well,
fits.
Well, I would like to.
That's it. You
Yes.
guys
Okay.
don't want to say hi to nobody. It's like,
No, see, if I really wanted to, see, this is why you got to save the
oh,
best
you
for
have.
last.
I know you would have a list.
Yeah, you know,
Mike knows everybody.
He always has a list.
the mayor. But I want to shout out at least my two program teachers. At the least, Miss Chilton and Miss Peg, Miss Chilton and Miss Peg, for being inspirational figures, and Deputy Mike
He totally did not butcher
Oh, there you go.
Mitch Chilton's name. Totally did not.
and Deputy DeLuga. And no, I'm kidding.
I don't think Deputy DeLuga even listens to my show. But go
Oh.
ahead, shout him out.
Yeah, Deputy DeLuga.
What's up, Ray?
Ah,
Anybody else?
I'd also like to shout out Miss Mock, my favorite English teacher.
Let's see. You got anybody yet?
I
What
guess.
about best friends?
Okay, I could shout out Adriana Valentine and Kira Thomas.
Alright.
Maybe I'll give it a shout out to my teachers, my program teachers, Mrs. Street, Miss Howard, for allowing me to come up here and participate in this.
yeah, see, that's epic.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's move on to
Had a good rebuttal.
things to know before you go. Well, really, I got nothing.
No final words of wisdom from Deputy Mike.
Well, usually, like, do you guys know anything going on in the community or anything? Anything with your programs? I got nothing right now.
Like, I'm not really sure. Except me,
Yeah,
Nina, what was it? Was it game night?
Oh, there you go. See that? He knows better than I know. Oh, by the way, next Thursday night is game night with the deputies.
Oh, wow. Man, you know, I swear, I need to mark that down on my calendar.
5:30
I might have to show up to
For like the
that.
5th time. I need to mark it down on my calendar.
And we only have, well, this could be the last one because it depends on busy next month is. But come on out, hang out with myself and Deputy DeLuga, play some games.
I keep saying I will. I promise. Before I go,
Dude,
I have to.
This could be it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
We
no.
buy pizza, we buy pop, water.
Oh, man. Don't
I like
popcorn.
pizza.
Well, there you go.
I like water, so.
All you gotta do is show up and hang out. But that's pretty much it. So it's time to sign out. Until
Yeah.
next time.
This was fun.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
it
enjoy
was.
it?
Yeah.
It was an honor, you know.
Well, thank you very much for coming on my show.
No
I wouldn't miss it for the world, you know. I mean, I have to make my appearance. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Okay.